Now, there's all the ones in the daylight that I pulled out from over there yesterday in those other videos. This is the one that came from by the road. And then there's this guy. Ain't that gnarly? This one here's my favorite though. I mean, this thing is awesome. Look at that. I mean, there's so many oblong stones on this thing. I mean, just look at all those huge ones. And last look at what's over here. And I got that pile there. All those buckets are full. There's that big guy there. Those. The top of that pile is for what I got yesterday. Some of it's in the house still. And then all those. But the main thing is, I wasn't sure if I had a crater, if there was one. But yeah, yesterday I found it. I've definitively found that crater. The blast pattern of material coming out from that center, the way it's laid, it's definitely ground zero. And I was on the western top edge of the rim of the crater, and it was a good, the eastern rim was right on the horizon, so that's good 12, 13, 14 miles at least. So this is a big one. I mean, you know, the one that killed the dinosaurs was, what, a half a mile wide asteroid, and it made a crater 30 miles across out in the Yucatan. This thing made a crater roughly half the size, so an eighth of a mile maybe is the size of this one. That's a pretty big rock, man. I mean, that is a big rock. The thing is, I got to wondering about a few things. You know, normal ice age lasts, what, 30 to 50,000 years? Well, if the one that hit the Yucatan at half a mile was enough to send a fireball, what, 2/3 of the way around the planet, kill everything here, that's my Daisy. That's who I'm naming it after. Since we have a crater now, that's my little buddy. She hunts meteorites. She actually does. I have about 25 of them that she's hunted, maybe 30. She won't hunt if you're watching her, but if you're hunting and not paying attention to her, she'll start hunting, and she'll dig them up and leave them right there and show them to you. She's my bubby. Yeah. And that's Daisy's Crater. That's going to be the name of it, officially, as soon as all that happens. But this one, half the size, half the energy, roughly, and we're talking threw enough stuff in the atmosphere and probably caused the mini ice age. The mini ice age only lasted 3,000 years, maybe 4. That was it. Incredibly short. Nobody knows why. I think I now have the answer. Because this thing hit sometime around there. The deterioration of pieces that were left on the surface the whole time is consistent. The mass versus energy release is consistent. That's my current theory right now. Is this one, this meteorite, Daisy, was a Daisy. Yeah, she put enough stuff in the atmosphere to cool the planet down enough to have a small little ice age. Like a nuclear winter. Ain't that something? I just said it again. Yeah, I got so much dust in my throat yesterday over there. It's getting me. But this is another one I pulled out yesterday. It's got clay all in the holes and burn holes and stuff, so it's going to take me forever to clean it out. But Alright, This is, well, this is what I call the mistress. You know, she goes way back in there. You see, I mean, something went on. And out of that hole right there, and you see all these little I just got all of those. Came right out from the side of the road. I mean, they're just everywhere. And there's one right there. Another one. There's one. There's one. Let's see. There's one. There's one. I know, it's like taking candy from a baby. It's not even that. It's just getting out and looking down and bending over. Now you might get aches and pains from bending over too many damn times because there's so many meteorites out here. All right. Oh, that was cool. There's another one. See? There he is. There's another one. And there's another one. They're just everywhere out here. But now you see what I'm talking about. I got 4 or 5 places that are like this. And that's just, Alright. Now I was about to leave, and then I saw one right here, and I was going to get it. And this one turned into a cluster. I've dug that many of them out here already. This one right here, I do not know how big it is. It's pretty big, and they're stacked together. Now I've already picked out about half of them in here, but if you're a good eye like I am, you'll see there are. All right, now, fellas, I've been down here for about an hour, maybe an hour, a little over an hour. I picked up less than half of what I saw. And look at that. I mean, that's the biggest one we got so far. A bunch of them like this. And they're just all in here, you know, nice big ones. Lots of gnarly looking stuff. Let's scope that out. It's a nice piece. Nice pieces. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Nice indeed. Nice indeed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nice little flow patterns. There was one big one I had. Now it's got a big spot mark on the top of it. If I can find it. Where'd it go? No. No. Well, it's in here somewhere. I just found too many. I don't know how many of y'all think that is. First one, I'll tell you what. Well, let's make this a contest because I'm curious to see if anybody can guess it. If anybody can guess the right, well, I'll say within a 5 count of the actual number in this pile, we'll get okay. This is where it drops off. It goes down probably another 200 feet out towards the center, you know, a quarter of a mile back that way. And, you know, the road's right back over there, about 100 yards. In those little washes right there is where I find most of it because it cuts down through the layer that it's in. But just doing the little bit of walk I did there out at the road and driving down this thing, it's been 2.5 months since I've been here. It's rained a lot, so there's been some stuff uncovered. I want to show you something that I found on just right off the side of the road, just sitting there, pretty as a damn picture. Now, if this doesn't entice you to come down here, I mean, I really don't know what will. Now, what do y'all think about that? That's in, what, 10 minutes worth of, I mean, I just drove down a driveway, and look at this thing. This thing probably weighs 12 or 13 pounds. And then there's this one I found right next to the road. I mean, that's what, 50 grand or so in meteorites right there? Freaking crazy, man. Can I pick the sites or, well, praise Jeebus. But yeah, I think this thing hit somewhere right off back in, somewhere down in that direction. And because you'll find impact glass here. There's another one. Right here. Like I said, it's just incredible. It really is. I've never seen anything like it in my whole life. And I've always wanted to get into this shit. Well, that's what's coming out of there so far. Some pretty big ones. But just in this little curve right here. And I still got that in there. And it's got stuff sitting right over there. And there's stuff sitting right. Okay. I just made it home. I've got a lot of videos to stitch together. Needless to say, yesterday I knew there was a crater, but I didn't know where it was. And today, instead of looking down at a rock, I looked up, and there it was. All of this stuff, the big one there, and all that stuff, all of that came from that place that I call the Mistress over on Burnout Dirt Road. And come to find out, that dirt road skirts the rim, the western rim of the crater. Nobody knows it. I finally got into a spot where I could see. Got a little bit high. I was probably like, I don't know, 30 feet above my Jeep. And I could see out and about. And when I looked out to the east, it was one of those spiritual moments where you're like, huh, well, I'll be damned. I saw the eastern edge, and it's like 12 or 13 miles away. And it's just a giant bowl, a big ass bowl. If you see it from where I saw it, and I got pictures of it. As long as it's discernible in a video, I hope so. If not, I'll go back tomorrow and I'll get better ones. But I've been hunting the whole time on the western rim of the crater, where everything would have been blown up and pushed up after the initial impact and shockwave and explosion. And it makes a lot of sense because the access road, that it runs along the inner wall of the crater, parallel. It doesn't like go straight down towards the center. So it's able to, and it kind of gets a little deeper as you go. So it's like spirals down. I never veer off the dirt road, ever. I have never gotten off the dirt road at all. Well, the access road. I've gone as far as 200 yards in while actively hunting. I've gone farther while not hunting. That was mostly when my girlfriend was with me, and well, she kind of, coaxed me along. Otherwise, I'd be stopping. Ooh, ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. So, yeah, I found the crater. I'm very proud of that. I mean, I just had to stand there and look at it for a minute, take it all in. I put a lot of work into this place. And to not even think about it, to be right there on the damn crater, and I didn't even know for 9 months. Because I was looking down at my feet where the rocks were instead of up. Rocks aren't up. You don't look up when you're looking for rocks, you look down. Most of the time. I don't know. It was definitely a ho 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 moment. But that's just from today, okay? That little bit there and that shit on the trailer, minus that big one on the left. That's all from today, just on the access road. Literally cleaned that entire section of that access road out 5 times in the last 9 months. I just wait a little while, wait for some rain to come through and shit like that, and wash some more stuff down through the layer, and because it's all in a layer. It's carpet bombed in a layer there. I don't know if it's just if it's all the way around the rim, or if it's that section of the rim right there just has a larger amount of the mass in it. But on one side of this access road that's parallel in correlation to ground zero, one side of the access road has large amounts of meteorites on it. The other side, closest to the center, doesn't. So, you know, it makes a lot of sense as far as explosion patterns and how things work when they're blown out from a central mass. They're going to be on the exposed side of whatever, and not on the protected side. So everything that I had gotten, because I remember where in there I got it, was oriented in such a way that it pointed directly at the center. Like, I know where the center is. And you know, it's a few miles away, but I know where it is. Whether I can get to it, I don't know. I mean, I could. No one can. I mean, yeah, I could get there, but whether